morning. Actually, I was looking at my watch at 0800 hours. If you know anything about me, I had to give everything chrono dates, so it's 2011-09-14-0800 hours. That's the chrono number for today, or right now, in this period of time. You know, when I was looking at my watch, I was thinking of a race, and you know how when the gun goes off, or when a horse gets ready to run, and how whether you're prepared or not, you have to go at that time. And I was thinking of how sometimes unprepared I am for these videos, and yet I just thought, you know, when it hits 8 o'clock, I have to go, and whether I'm ready or not. I feel like running, I used to always run, and I feel like running is so much easier than making a video. Videos are not easy to do. And unfortunately, when I prepare things, I almost feel like sometimes they go worse than when I just do impromptu, and this is one of those just impromptu ones. And there's something that has been in my mind for a very, very long time, and I'm going to talk right from the heart. This is all started continuing my campaign for CentrePort, but I'm talking specifically to my friends and family, and I say that almost with reserve, or kind of sitting back a little bit, because sometimes it's friends and family that get on board the least. Let's say someone ran for president, and it's pretty bad when your own mother or father or sister or brother or whatever doesn't support you. Then you might want to think, should you continue? And I've thought a lot about that. Should I continue on what I'm doing sometimes? But there's nothing I know to do but what I'm doing. And understand, and this is, I guess, like I said, targeted towards my quote friends, and whether you're a friend now or you're a friend in the future, or you think yourself a friend, but I don't think you're a friend, all those criteria. Friendship's a tough thing to classify, I think, in this day and age. When people have 10,000 friends on Facebook and everything, I doubt that many of them would lay down their life for one another. Not that that's the criteria of friendship, but I do believe that there's no greater love than a man has than he lay down his life for his friends. And so, speaking from my heart, just know that to my friends and family, CentrePort is everything to me. It's the realization of a very long journey of life. Soon I will be almost 40 years old. Actually, 39 this month. I'll be 40 in a year from now. Now, personally, we've got goals. We've got certain goals that I want to talk to my friends about, people that are closest to me. And I can understand if your lives are busy and everything, but CentrePort has been built around the concept that everybody can be included. And it's very challenging for me when and this is what I've thought about so many times. We'll take a test, or you'll take a test or you'll go 4 years through school, and you'll even see, this is why I could never get through school. I dropped out in high school. I tried college many times. As soon as they asked me to lie on a test and say this is true, and in order to get an A on the test, I had to say this was true when I knew it was false. I just can't do that. My brain doesn't do that. And some of you have thought that I use the term, quote, autism too much and use it as a crutch. Well, let me talk to you about that real quick, as my friends and family. Okay, first of all, you know how many names I was called growing up. You're crazy, you're out of your mind, you're a lunatic, your ideas, don't stand water, or whatever, hold water, whatever they say. All these names. And I'm not the only one that goes through that. There's a lot of people in life that got this label and that label. At least autism is a one that I can at least say, okay, fine, I agree with that. Okay, but don't call me crazy, don't call me a lunatic. Those things hurt. It doesn't matter about me because I've got enough sustainability in me to go forward with name calling and everything else. That's fine. But the thing is, some people can't. And there was a time that I could not. And you guys know. Anybody that knows me knows my life story and knows that in 2000, what happened in 2000. Now, I choose to live this life today. I choose to do it. But if I'm going to be around to choose to live this life, I'm going to do it in a way that I think is worthy of a life to be lived. And that's not just a slogan or a line. That's something I believe we're standing for something on CentrePort. I believe that we can have zero unemployment. When every other city, this is an online city, I understand. It's not always government's responsibility. It's always sometimes our responsibility to solve these problems. Government's got enough on their hands. Trust me, they've got enough. And it's about time that we take on things ourselves and solve some of these problems when we can. I know we can. And so I need friends around me that know we can. Look, CentrePort stands for two things, basically. I mean, there's probably more than that, but just me talking off the top of my head, whatever. Basically, it stands for people belonging, making sure that, suicide is not a way out, that CentrePort would be a better way out, and there's someone there. Because in life, I believe, when you look around, where do you go for help? There is nowhere to go for help. If you want religious help, you go to the church. If you want government help, you go to the government. There's no universal place for help. CentrePort is setting itself up as an online city. If someone has to journey across the world to get to this city, they will get the help they need somehow. Now, obviously, some things we can't help with, but if it's humanly possible, it can be more easily obtained through CentrePort. Now, I'm already going into this video quite a long time. Now, I want to talk about the crux of this video and really what I'm after here. For a long time, I've wanted to prune down my friends further. I've literally pruned it down to 17 friends, which basically people have been eliminated on this list that are more friends than some of the people on this list. Sorry, but I'm just being honest. People from like Holmes County, Abe and Janelle Mast, people that aren't even on this list, Shelly Polinicki from Master's Restaurant, a guy from Basic Training that gave me a necklace with a cross on it. I don't even remember his name, but he's been more of a friend of, people that stand out to you in life, or Ken Babish up in Marlette, Michigan. Used to be the mayor of Marlette, Michigan. He was a good friend to me. Now sometimes friends aren't able to remain friends because of whatever circumstances, and I understand that. But I'm offering my friendship to anyone, but understand that my friendship comes with criteria, and that might not make sense to you. To become a fan of CentrePort, being part of CentrePort doesn't take as much criteria as it does to be a friend of mine, because I need people close to me. I need people that understand what we're doing and will be a part of building this city that has the two things, that somewhere someone belongs, and that a place that people can work, that aren't going to judge you, you're going to fill out an application, you're going to be denied. Basically, you show up and you will get paid to work at CentrePort. Now, that's idealistically, that's where we're going. And some of you have already been paid. We've put homeless people up in hotels to get them working. We've paid gamers. We've done a lot of things that I can't even go into all the details because it uses up all my time. But the fact of the matter is that we want to be committed to each other. And so anyway, I'm about ready to prune. Don't take this the wrong way. I'm about ready to prune my friends list again, basically, and I'm pruning it down to one. I know you're thinking one by one, because only one has all the criteria met. Now, some of you might not know the criteria, and I'll go over that. But and then we can build from here. And you might say you don't want to be a part of this, and that's okay. But just know that my life is about being there for the people that feel like they want to end their life, they have nowhere to turn, and if you don't want to be a part of that, and also that will work, that want somewhere to work, and they feel like no one will hire them. And I don't believe in that kind of world, and I believe we can change it. And it's not always a part of government or these institutions. We can do it together as a people, as a community. And I want to say special to my family too. Now, I won't even say my names and nephews and nieces, but my nephews and nieces will never know how much they mean to me. You can squawk over that or anything. I know my aunt and uncle. I tried to get in contact with my aunt and uncle, and most on my dad's side, my aunt and uncle would have nothing to do with me. I'm sorry, that's just a flat fact. And I'm, at the end, when I'm at the end of my life, I want to at least know that I tried, and I'm trying with my nieces and nephews. But know that if I owned a business, and I showed you special treatment, and now I'm speaking directly to you four, I know you might get stories from your mother about me, or your mom, which is my sister, and that's fine. And when she leads the family, she leads the family. She's like the glue that holds us together. But if she's against anyone in the family, it's what separates us. That's how I feel it. Now it could be just a misunderstanding. I don't know. But I know your mom, or you know who I'm talking. My sister said some very nice things back about. I just realized we're past 10 minutes. Back about May 10th, said some very nice things on May 10th. Which within a month I did something that obviously upset someone in the group, and then all of a sudden no family talked to me after that. Now my dad and my mom have talked to me, thankfully, since then. But since then my rest of the family has not talked to me. The 5 closest of my family. Understand, if I owned a business and I showed special treatment to people that were my family, that would make me a bad business owner. Now, I'm not a business owner because we're going for a non-for-profit status. But understand, please understand, that I care about you guys, but if someone else steps up to the plate and willing to meet the criteria, and you're not, I can't show you special favoritism. Now, it's coming up in October, and there's nothing that would give me more pleasure to come home and go trick-or-treating with you guys, because I love that. I love and enjoy that. And don't take this personal. But I ask everybody, my nephews, my friends and family, please, I'm asking you a favor, okay? Maybe some favors I've asked, I haven't really asked for many favors. Sometimes I have early on in life, but later on in life I've barely asked for favors. And you know the story, how I traveled to see many of you. In fact, many of your friends and family, I've traveled over land and sea some of you to find you and to be around you. And very few people has ever visited me. And I don't take it personal. It's just I just got to make criteria for friendship. This is not an easy thing. So what I'm trying to say is this. Just hear me out and then respond. If you want to respond a certain way, I'll give you a chance to respond. But let me say it this way. When you go for a driving test and you go to school, you go through all this, basically, to me, hell on earth. Not a driving test, but you try to take a test. And you're not offended if you take the test and fail it and you don't get your driver's license. And you'll go through 4 years of school. Sometimes doctors, maybe, I don't know, they go through maybe 8 years of school. I'm not sure. 8 years of school. And they're willing to go through that to get a degree for themselves. And they say it's for other people. Well, I guess, it depends what people go into business for. Would there be as many doctors if they didn't get paid as much? I don't know. I'm not here to judge careers. I'm here to request that we make friendship mean something, and to be on my friends list. I need people around me that are going to help me build CentrePort. That's just flat out. I just need the help. I want a place for people to go that have nowhere else to go. You've never been there maybe, but I have, and it's a scary place to be. I've been on the street. I know what it's like, and someone's got to fight for them. It says, spend your life on behalf of the poor. Someone once said that, and I believe in that wholeheartedly. We're getting criteria. So if I send this video, just know that the criteria isn't met. Ask me what the criteria is. I got to cut this thing short, but it's to have a Facebook page of an iconic name, to become a fan of CentrePort, and have a login to the city. Thanks.